Hey, what's up everybody? I'm here with a back-to-back. Here with another video. I am on my way to my sister's house and it's kind of dark. It's, you know, winter time, it gets dark fast. But I wanted to come on here and share something else with you. I just want to raise some awareness. Who these people is? It's a white boy. What are you doing in this neighborhood? Anyways, so I wanted to share something with you guys. You know, we have a lot of stuff that's going on in this world, particularly with race relations, racism. Anybody that know me know that I absolutely abhor. Let me see if it'll look at how I look at. No, it's okay. I have to have the light on. Let me turn it back on this light. People know I absolutely hate. Okay, come on, get in focus. There we go. I absolutely hate racism. Let me see if I can on that light if it's better. Yeah, I absolutely hate racism. I cannot stand racist. So I wanted to share a video about my first experience with racism. And although I am from the South, I'm from New Orleans, and the city of New Orleans, it's very multicultural. I can't speak for anybody else, but I haven't, to be honest with you, when I was living in New Orleans, when I was a kid, growing up to a young adult, I have not had a lot of run-ins with people who showed racist behavior towards me. But there was one time I particularly remember, and I can remember it like it was yesterday, although it happened 25 years ago. Yeah, it happened. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure. I was 12 years old. Yeah, 28 years ago. This happened, and I just want to share this story with you. So I went to this junior high school called McDonald 28, and McDonald had a series of schools in New Orleans. It was numbered because there was more than one school named after this particular guy. I don't know. For what I know, his name was John McDonald, and from what I was told, he was a slave owner, but he was an educator and a preacher. And although he owned slaves, he taught a lot of young black children. He was an educator. He taught them how to read and write, and taught them how to be literate and to be educated. Although he was a slave owner, so I guess New Orleans figured in his honor, we're going to build a whole bunch of fucking schools. Although a lot of those schools now have different names. When I was young, it was McDonald 28, McDonald 35, McDonald 19, McDonald 1. There was the one that was McDonald 1. We called it John Mack. It was a senior high school, which was right down the street from McDonald 28. But anyways, I had a good girlfriend. Oh, she was a good girlfriend in 7th grade. We did everything together, okay? Me and her, and it's funny because when I saw her in college, I went to her and I was like, you remember me? My name Nicole. We used to go to school together. That thing looked at me up and down, was like, I don't remember you. Baby! She said, I don't know you. Who is you? I don't know you, girl. Out of here. But when we was in junior high school, we was in the 7th grade together. And I was only at John Mack 28. I was only at McDonald 28 for 7th to, and I did like maybe the first portion of my 8th grade year. So I wasn't there that long. So, but when we was, we was inseparable. Oh, that was my good girlfriend. And this particular year, during the summertime, we both got awards. We got certificates for having good grades. And there was this philanthropist in New Orleans. I forgot his name. But he had something called the Taylor Plan. And this helped a lot of inner city kids get scholarships and stuff like that to go to school. And we got certificates, and the certificates gave us a free pass all summer to go to the IMAX Theater, Audubon Zoo, and the Aquarium of the Americas. So we was bucked up. I was like, yeah, we go see the fishes, yeah, So me and her got together, and her mother loved me. Her mom loved me because she knew if her child was with me, we was gonna stay out of trouble. I wasn't like, one of those messy children or one of those kids that just go looking for trouble, looking for shit to get into. I was about doing the right thing. And her mom liked that about me. And she was like, I know if my daughter's with you, you guys are not going to do anything. I don't have to worry about my child. It's just, doing, some down bad stuff. And her mom got with my mom. I was like, the children, our children wants to go to Canal Street. They want to go to they want to go to the IMAX, and they want to go to the Aquarium of the Americas. And what you think about that? My mom was like, well, yeah, they're responsible. They're young, but they're also responsible. And I don't mind, them having a day with each other. So me and her, I'm not going to say her name, but me and my good girlfriend, we got together, and on a Saturday, we met each other on Canal Street. My mama gave me $20, and her mom gave her $20. And we met each other on Canal Street, because she lived uptown, and I lived in a night ward. So I took the Elmanester bus to Canal Street, and we met each other at Canal Place. So, we was like, so let's, right there, right next to Canal Place is the Aquarium of the Americas. The Aquarium of the Americas is like right by the Riverwalk. All that's like in the same vicinity. So we went to the Aquarium of the Americas. We spent, oh my God, we had so much fun. We planned everything. We said we go to the Aquarium of the Americas. Then after that, we gonna go to the Riverwalk, and we go eat some Sparrows. Sparrows had some good pizza. We was like, we go eat some Sparrows pizza, and we just go walk around. We go to Canal Place and walk around. And Canal Place stands to this day. It's a very, a Canal Place, I think it has a hotel in it, but it has a lot of high-end retail stores. It has Saks Fifth Avenue, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Bally. I haven't been in there in a while, but it's Brooks Brothers. It had all kinds of very high-end retail stores in Canal Place, and it has a hotel in there as well. But anyways, so we went to the Aquarium of the Americas, had a good time. We walked around on Canal Street. We went to some stores in Canal Place. We went in a food court and ate some pizza. But I think my friend, she lost some money because we had $20 and we all bought the same thing. I had like maybe $6-7 left, and she only had $2 left. And I was like, girl, where your money at? So we began to like backtrack, because my mama taught me, if you lose something, go ahead and backtrack. Remember exactly where you were, and you'll be able to find what you lost, So girl, we started backtracking, and we were sitting outside of Canal Place, and she started crying because she just had only like $2-3, and I had $6-7. I was like, I'm sorry, good girlfriend, I ain't giving you none of my money. I gotta have this money too. My mom's gonna ask me where my money went, So I don't know if we were being followed, but these two white women, they knew what was going on. I don't know because we were in Canal Place, eating and stuff, and I think that's when she lost her money. But I don't know if they were following us or seeing what we were up to. But when we were outside of Canal Place, we were looking around because there's a fountain right outside of the right before the entrance of Canal Place. So we were sitting there, and we were, we was like, okay, well, our day has come to an end. Let's just go home, this and then the other. And, we'll see each other in school or what have you. Or I'll call you when I get home. So I was waiting for my bus and she was waiting for her bus. And there were two white young women, I remember. They came out and they were like, I'm sorry guys, were you, one of the white women approached my friend and was like, did you lose something in the mall? And my friend was like, yes ma'am, I think I lost some money. And she was like, was it this right here? And we both was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, we lost it. Yeah, we lost it. And she was just like, the other white lady was, as the white lady was giving, one white lady was giving my friend the money, the other lady literally snatched the money out of my friend's hand and called us black bums. Y'all a bunch of black bums taking money from white people, from strangers. Ha ha ha. And they both walked away like they were, they did a little prank on us. But she called us bums. She said that we were black bums at that. And my friend just broke down and, oh Lord, my heart just sunk. And I just called, I said, y'all bitches, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I was, I went off, baby. I was 12 years old, but I went off. I gave a piece of my mind. And they were just laughing, ha 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 ha, walking away and stuff like that. And I got home and I told my mom about it. And my mom was like, see, that's why I don't like my children being out there by themselves. No telling who and what they are being exposed to. Them white women shouldn't have told y'all nothing, Nicole. And I was like, what did we do? That was my whole thing. I was like, Mama, what did we do for them to call us out our name like that? We didn't do them anything. And they didn't even know who we were. They only thought we were probably some young black girls trying to beg for money in a high-end store, because we know that the people that shop here have money and this and that and the other, and we was just trying to just bump some money. But they didn't even know we were honor kids. We were on the honor roll. They didn't even know that. They didn't care. We were on the honor roll, trying to do the right thing. We were trying to educate ourselves. We was doing like nerd shit. We was going to Aquarium of the Americas, trying to like learn about the fishes, learn about different species of fish and stuff like that. And all they just thought of us like we were nothing, like we were the scum of the earth. And that, I remember that shit like it was yesterday, y'all. And that kind of changed my view about white people. And I know all white people aren't like that. All white people aren't racist. All white people aren't bad, but most of them are. Most of them are very racist. Most of them believe the shit they were taught by their grandmothers and their grandfathers and their great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers. They were taught that they are superior, that they are better than black people because they're white. They were taught that God was a white man. They were taught everything good was white. And everything black is not good. Everything black isn't right. There's even, and I read this, there's even a religion. I don't know if it's Mormon or the Latter-day Saints. I don't know if it's the same thing. But they were taught that black people were cursed. There's a scripture in the Bible. And the Bible is always have been, that's the only book I know that's been taken out of context so many times. That has been misinterpreted so many times about, and particularly about race. And they said black people have been cursed. That's why that's the skin color. We have the skin color that we have because we are cursed. Horrible, deplorable. And there are people being actually taught this in a religion, in something that they said is inspired by God. Something they said that came from God. Most of us know better. Those that know better, y'all, we need to do better. Those two white women, if they walk past me right now, it's been 28 years ago. I don't know them people. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know how they look. I don't know even if they're dead or alive. But it'll be something if one of them come across this page or come across this video and be like, I remember doing that. I remember that, you know. And I also, if they would have the not the audacity, but if they would have the decency to say, I did that and I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was ignorant and I'm sorry. But it's crazy that I was that young, being 12 years old. And in New Orleans, like I said, is very culturally diverse. But it is segregated. There's some parts, there's a lot of redlining too. A lot of redlining in New Orleans. There's some parts that exclusively white people live. You got Chalmette, Araby. You have New Orleans East, where there's mostly black people that live there, but black folk that are well off, that are middle class or upper middle class live there. Most of the white people, honestly, they live in Metairie, Kenner, like those surrounding areas. But New Orleans, the inner city, and uptown. You see some white folk uptown because it's kind of high class up there. You got St. Charles, you have Ursuline, you have all these other places that have some good Britannia Street. These are some streets uptown that have like $1 million homes. And I used to go uptown a lot being a senior in high school because I used to go to the Performing Arts Center that was located up there, uptown. And I got a chance to see a lot of beautiful $1 million homes, old, ancient, I wouldn't say ancient, but very old homes that were like passed down, probably, you know, inherited or whatever, passed down from generation to generation. But it's segregated. If you think about it, New Orleans is a very segregated city when it comes down to redlining. It's evident, you know. Most black folk, they live in the 7th Ward, 9th Ward, 3rd Ward uptown. There's not a lot of white people that live. It's a difference. You can tell. You just know. You know, like, hold on, these where the black folk live, and these where the white folk live. Like, white folk live on lakefront, places like that. Black people don't really live back there, like talking about it. You don't see a lot of black folk living in those areas because it's very ritzy, it's very high class, and a lot of rich people live there in those areas. But yeah, I was just wanted to share that with you guys. That racism always been alive. It's always been prominent. Although I haven't experienced it that much, I experience it more now, being an older woman, an older black woman. I experience it more now, and in the city where I live now, and when I was living in Houston, than I did when I was living in New Orleans. Like I said, that was one encounter, and that's the only one I could think of. But the rest of them was when I was living in Houston, Texas, and when I live here in Baton Rouge now. But anybody could tell you that New Orleans is not really. If it is like openly race, if you do see any type of racism, it's very quiet. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. It's not out in the open, out in your face, or anything like that. Now, I don't know how New Orleans is now. I haven't lived in New Orleans since after Hurricane Katrina. But I know back then, when growing up or what have you, it was not. The racism was very on the hush hush, very much on the down low. Very quiet, very, like I said, subtle, and it wasn't loud in your face. So that's the experience that I wanted. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys are like and subscribe to my video. But I think about stuff like that. It just makes me wonder. Experiences like that, it'll change your perspective on things. It'll kill your innocence about things, because I'm thinking if you're nice to people, they'll be nice back to you, but that's not the case. And I learned that day. that we were honor students. We were good kids, honor students, but we were looked down upon as black bums. So that's what one of the white women said about us. We were black bums. Nothing, scum to them. But if you know who you are, and know whose you are, my mom always taught me to believe in myself. And that's why I started cussing that white lady out, because you don't know me. You don't know me. I'm not scum. I'm not a bum. I had $6 in my pocket, but I'm not a bum. I wasn't bumming for money. I wasn't asking nobody for no money. I wasn't soliciting anything. We were out there being curious kids, having innocent fun. This world, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. It's evil. And that's why it's so good being taught the right thing. And like I said, I give a lot of props. I give a lot of homage to my mother, who taught us the right thing, taught us how to handle to be in certain situations and how to handle ourselves being in those situations. I really appreciate my mother for being the woman that she was and who she is, and how she's influenced my life. But anyways, all right, so I am at my sister's house now. I'm going to spend time with my nephew, and y'all be blessed and highly favored. Like, comment, and subscribe. I need y'all feedback. I need some followers. Y'all come hook me up. I'm definitely in the middle of making my page a little bit better. Hopefully getting more content out there. I definitely want to look into a vlogging camera. So if anybody, could give me some feedback on which vlogging camera to get, I would definitely appreciate it. Also with my editing, I'm getting a little bit better with that. So hopefully, I'll be able to edit a little bit more, a little bit better, get more experience than that, and give you guys more content, man, because I love what I do. I love doing this. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not getting paid at all, but I like just sharing my experiences, man. I got a lot to say. So, y'all be blessed, and y'all stay highly favored, and y'all take care until next time. Peace out. Bye.